Hello everyone, playing War Selection again. Today I am expecting to be doing a Western Europe Cavalry rush, as I am in the very back lines. If you want to see a more in-depth tutorial of this strategy, try out Wacho789's videos. Here I'm moving up to the Bronze Age now, and I'm shifting my economy over from food on berries. I'm dropping all the berries and moving onto wheat. So like I was saying, if you go to Wacho789's videos, he has an in-depth tutorial on how to rush using cuirasses and chariots. So this is just moving up to the next stage, upgrading my buildings and so forth. I might not be doing a video next week on Saturday or Sunday, as it conflicts with something I'm doing else. So there might not be a War Selection video out Saturday, Sunday. Sorry for that. So yeah, my allies are getting attacked a bit by an enemy who built a fort on their base, I think, to try and disguise it as their own. My food isn't doing great, so I'm moving a few of my iron workers onto it. You need quite a lot of food for cavalry, as I'm building a lot of stables. And I'm queuing the work so I don't have to come back to it later, and my ally is still fighting off the green attacker. But that's mostly in the north. At the south, it's not really much going on, it's just economy. Up in the north, quite a lot happens actually. My stables are starting to go up, and I can almost start beginning rushing people now. Doing some economy damage, or even taking them out if they're poorly defended. I'm making a few horsemen now. Getting a few more buildings for the extra population I'm gonna have, because every horseman is 2 population space, so they're pretty population heavy. Yeah, I'm trying to get a lot of houses here actually. My first few horses are out. I've got one more stable to build. Got lots of people on iron. There we go. My ally is doing the same thing, horse rush. Here we are. Getting quite a nice army of horsemen up now. And here we are, going to attack now. Sending some soldiers over there. Almost at the enemy's base, green and Asia player. and we'll try to do some eco damage. Blue is attacking another player as well. Here I'm asking my team to wait up for me, because he's attacking with his spears, so we obliterate the enemy here. And I've just gone into medieval age, so we're going to destroy some of his towers and then attack his main hall. Here I am trying to upgrade my stables, and that enemy dies. So now I move on to the next enemy. Almost all my stables are upgraded to medieval stables. I'm upgrading my horsemen with an ally. He's upgrading his Asia horse archers. I've now got chariots. Here we are. Taking out his towers first, but he dies, so I'm going to move on to the next target after this. Still upgrading from forts to stables, and then from stables to royal stables. That's the big downside of Western Europe. You have to upgrade everything quite a lot. Here we are. Now moving on to the next enemy. Doing some eco damage to this player. My ally is trying to scout out all the other players on the map. I've got a few chariots left, so I'm just trying to find more enemies to damage at least. This is my next target. I think I'm gonna switch off music for the next few videos, as it conflicts with the speed of the video. So the attacking sounds and so on are out of line, sorry. So they're not actually corresponding. I'm sorry for that. I'll have that cleaned up for the next video. Sadly, I don't get to destroy this person's town hall, but I do damage it severely, so unless he repairs it with the small amount of villagers he's got left, he's not going to be able to do much. And I'm doing damage to his towers, so his defense is going to be severely impaired. And I'm going to be going up to the late medieval ages now. Trying to kill some of his iron workers, but his archers target them. My spearmen, my chariots. Sorry. Now I'm sending the next 28 chariots, and my allies are using the little amount of water for food, free food. All they have to build is a dock and send some workers to fish. Some animals pestering my supply lines. Here is one of my allies damaging an enemy's economy. Orange players. And my ally blue dies. And my ally orange dies. So everything starts turning around slowly because of the Axeman rush coming soon. So I split my forces here so they can attack more than one tower at a time. And my ally's already here, and he's done most of the damage to his army, so here I'm calling out to help blue because of the huge amount of axemen, which we just cannot hold up, so yellow sends help, but just not in time. I'm meanwhile still fighting off orange. Just destroying the last 5 towers he's got. He's got a few elephants, I think, left, but they die soon as well. He's got a few sipaks, which are very good camel infantry. They do 7 damage, but 2 times because they have 2 swords, so they strike twice. And at this point, we almost stop the axeman charge. I don't think I see much more from it. And here I click up to the Industrial Revolution, and I start making cuirasses. For me, I'm not a big fan of them. They're just a little bit too lightweight, and they cost quite a lot of metal. But in Wacho's guide, he uses them mostly for raiding. So, yeah. I'm just going to destroy all of his buildings first, so because they're mostly military buildings, and if he has any resources left, he could make at least another 3 elephants and some more cavalry. So I'm going to kill his economy off, and he gets a landing party from the from one of his allies. They send a boat with some workers to build towers, and all the axemen got stopped here by some artillery, I believe, some catapults. And the landing party was quite successful. They managed to build a tower and almost a second tower, but then I notice and try to take out the ship, but escapes and starts shooting. Because it's a galley, it can shoot arrows back. Volleys of arrows. Almost destroyed that tower. It's pestering me now. So I'm just gonna move up to the next stage very soon. Last building before the town hall. I'm sort of surprised that he's not quit yet. So I'm just going to move to the next stage now. It will take a while because the armor on this is 15 and my chariots do 17 damage. So most of the time I only manage to do 2 damage. So it will take quite a while for that town hall to be destroyed and orange eliminated. I'm sending my cuirassiers up, and I'm building more houses in preparation for the Industrial Revolution. Almost destroyed the town hall. Here are my allies pushing forwards, and orange player dies. My chariot destroys town hall. Yeah, my cuirassiers are trying to find somewhere to attack. I upgrade most of my buildings and get to work. In hindsight, I shouldn't have built those houses. I should have waited till the Industrial Revolution, because now I have to upgrade them all. But the axemen come around again and eliminate yellow, I believe. Yep. so we lose yellow. But now everyone is up to the industrial age, except from pale blue at the bottom. And I'm building some factories to get some much better units going. But I've run out of wood, like always. Wood's always a problem for me. Sending the last few chariots I've got. And here I see if I can find any weak points in this person's defensive line. Pink, all the way on the right, in the middle of the screen on the right. So I charge in to see if I can kill some of his woodworkers, but he's got so many towers. It's kind of insane. So I say I'm going to take him out with mortars, which are probably my favourite unit for our industrial revolution, first industrial revolution. I have to keep on top of my food and resources, other resources. So I move almost all of my iron workers off of iron because I don't really use that much of it, as mortars don't cost that much iron, and soldiers don't either, but I do make a few tanks, so I've got a little, I think I've got 7 workers or 8 workers sent forwards with some rangers to build towers, and here I'm starting to besiege pink. Dark pink. I'm light pink. As you can see, I built towers all the way there, so I've captured all that free land. And now I'm building vision tower and 4 machine gun towers in case anyone pushes me with infantry. I switched my vision tower so I can get better vision. I've got my first few tanks, and I'm going to start moving my mortars up. I've got about 25 mortars, I believe. My allies are getting wheeled tanks out from India. Very powerful unit. Here we go, I'm just building some towers, more towers. And getting my 30 or 20 mortars I've got there to start attacking his upgrading towers, because he's upgrading his front towers to machine gun towers, and I don't really like machine gun towers because they've got better range, so they'd be a bit of a nuisance to me. So here I start damaging his towers, while my ally is using his pikemen to kill any of his workers that he sent out. I don't think he had much of an army, because of all the resources he spent on getting towers built. So I'll just let you watch this part. I'm going to Industrial Revolution, Second Industrial Revolution now. I've not got exactly the right amount of resources, but I'm keeping up with my resource count, so I'm still trying to find some stone, because the resource famine at this point in the game. So I decided to put it on near my supply line, where all my vehicles and weapons move through. And there we are, starting to almost one volley of mortar fire to destroy quite a few of his towers. And I send my tanks around to destroy those houses and start dealing damage to some of the towers up there, because their damage isn't very good, seeing as they fire arrows. So he's got almost all of his workers killed in that one volley there, so he's not got much chance anymore at this point. Another ally dies here. Teal, to the Germany player, I believe. but the wheeled tanks start doing some damage, as Big Berthas are extremely overpowered at this point. But they did get quite a big nerf recently, so they are not overly powerful against barbed wire hedgehogs and anti-tank hedgehogs, sorry. As they used to 2 or 3 shot them, now they only do 50 damage and they used to do 300. They also have a slower turning circle and are 2 times slower to make by using soldiers. Because as Germany, you can craft them into soldiers. You can use workers to make them, or you can build them in factories. Here I'm starting to break in the walls and try force some tanks through there. This was a very fun game, and one our light blue ally has gone for Wunder. So as long as we protect him, we would win. But we're pushing quite hard down into the enemies. So there's only, I think, 5 enemies left. Blue all the way up the top, green, red, peach, and dark purple. But dark purple is doomed because of my mortars. And green and blue are being attacked by the 2 India and the 1 Turkey player. One of my favourite units is mortars, just because of their long range, and I love their animations for firing. I get another vision tower up. He gets another vision tower up, but I could destroy it straight away. And carrying on. Further, keep damaging him, and running up to the next enemy now. My tanks and mortars are going to be destroying the walls, but he has vision and starts using howitzers to get rid of my quite bunched up mortars, so I take quite heavy casualties to my mortars here. I had, I think, 25, and now I only have 15 at the end of this, I believe. But I have quite a large army of tanks, and red and peach are the last 2 enemies. So I push forwards. Red dies. So he starts damaging his town hall. I build a few towers. Just for something for those idle workers to do. And a victory. So thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video of War Selection, and I'll see you when I see you.